We are joined by Dr. Maria Neira, who is the Director of Public Health, Environment and Social Determinant of Health. He is joining us from Asturias in Spain. So let me begin by asking you this. What were your expectations from the conference and the action plan that the countries, in fact, must work towards?
This is the first time that the world is getting together to look at the air pollution and health. So the agenda is putting the evidence in place, the scientific evidence about what we know, how air pollution is affecting the health of the people. We need to look at interventions at the urban level, interventions related to the type of energy, sources of energy we are using, how we deal with our waste, how we deal with the public transport system, and what are the solutions that we can put in place to make sure that we tackle air pollution and we combat this terrible problem of 7 million deaths occurring every year because of exposure to air pollution. This is absolutely dramatic and not acceptable from a health point of view.
You know, Dr. Mario, when it comes to making statements, every government, in fact, states that it wants to actually cut down on pollution. But what do you think is in fact, missing in this battle against pollution?
We are certainly not doing enough in terms of resources and in terms of response to this terrible problem of air pollution. The proof is that we still have 7 million deaths occurring every year. However, I have to say that there are a lot of innovation, there are a lot of solutions that some mayors or governments are putting in place. And all of that is because the citizens are now becoming very conscious. WHO is trying to shake everybody's conscience and trying to put the political pressure that is needed. And we hope that after the conference, we will be able to scale up massively all of those interventions and solutions that are possible. It's just a question of political will and understanding that having a sustainable development, something that is not causing damage to our lungs and to our heart, is at the same time something that is good for the economy and for the people.
And also, in the context of India, Dr. Maria, India is, of course, bracing for the winter. The northern parts of India will, of course, suffer extremely bad pollution. 14 out of 20 cities in India have been ranked as the most polluted cities in the world. What is your observation so far as India is concerned, this battle for pollution?
Things are changing in India as well. There is a massive awareness now that air pollution is representing a real killer for the population. There is a political commitment, there is pressure, there are solutions as well, like those related to making sure that there is better access to LPG, for instance, for people who are still using very polluted fuels at the household level. There are definitely a willingness to do that. And it's true that India is one of those countries where we are very much concerned about the level of pollution and is representing a major problem for the citizens. But we have a lot of hope in India. You have the technology, you are an innovative country. We would like to hear at the conference some ideas, some innovative ideas that India is putting in place now in terms of making sure that there is better access to the household level, fuels at the household level, and then reducing the pollution coming from waste incineration, for instance, or other topics that are representing a problem. So we count on India as well to be part of the solutions and becoming, why not, one of the champions and model for moving now very quickly and scaling up now that a plan for fighting air pollution is already in place. We really hope to see India moving very fast on this.
Those were some interesting points that you raised, Dr. Maria, but the issue is, a lot of leaders around the world are looking at, what is in fact being stated and the difference in between what is being done. Now, for instance, Donald Trump has pulled out of the Paris Climate Accord, and he says that climate change is a bit of a huge hoax that's being sold to the people how is the world to in fact reconcile, on the one hand, the increasing issues of pollution, and on the other, the United States making a statement of this sort?
A very simple message. Will you disagree with the fact that we all need to breathe air that is not killing us? Who will disagree with us? We need clean air, we need clean water, we need food. Who will disagree with that? So in order to have clean air, you need to make sure that the causes of air pollution, which are very similar to the causes of climate change, are tackled. And in fact, when you tackle the causes of climate change, you will see that one of the best immediate benefits is the reduction of air pollution, and therefore the benefits will be immediately felt on your lungs and your brain and on your heart. So if we can reduce all of this terrible number of deaths, who will disagree that this is not a good thing? Call it as you wish, but make sure that you don't pollute the air we breathe, because this is not good for our health.
So that was Dr. Maria Neira there joining us from Spain. And pollution, of course, will be perhaps the biggest challenge which humanity will have to contend with in the 21st century.